Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, ProTech Dog Training. I'm on my way to Tractor Supply to get that crate for the dog shipping tonight. I posted on Facebook about what I'm got going on, but I wanted to do another Corona Diaries like I did the other day when I was at Costco and I did that little clips, So I'm going to do the same thing. Started out with this one and yak the screen a little bit about what's going on, but the biggest thing that I see this coronavirus, besides, needless to say, it's something that's never happened in our lifetime. My lifestyle, I would have never thought in my lifetime that I would have ever experienced something like this, and I don't think anybody could have. It's been in the movies, pandemic, all this that we've watched, but it's supposed to happen on TV. It's supposed to be a fantasy, it's supposed to be a thriller, it's supposed to be something that it's possible, but never is going to happen, and it's the same thing when we talk about with nuclear bombs. It's something we've got in our arsenal, and it's something that is not supposed to happen, but it could, it really could, and we need to have, this should be a reminder to be cautious and aware of, and that gets back to our government, what we got going on with this guy that's running our country right now that I have no faith in at all, and I do not trust him as far as I can throw him or his cronies. So in that regards, I think we need to all be on our guard, and I think we are. I think the Democrats in general are. I'm an independent. I like to think of myself voting my conscience and voting what I believe for the individual issue that meets my morals, my ethics, and what I think. And I think you guys know this, that a lot of us on our side, as far as the Democrats, believe that our president should represent our country with class and with some morals, with some ethics, and what our country has stood for since World War II, that we've built up the strength that we've built up because of our values. And that's what makes us different than the rest of the world in a big general sense, is that our values have been a leading force in the world for many, many years. Okay? And when you vote this man into office and you do that, you're basically saying that you don't care about your morals, you don't care about your ethics, you don't give a shit about anything that our country stands for, because this man doesn't stand for any of it. All right? And now he's got this situation to deal with, and on the other side, they're arguing that he's doing a fine job, he's doing this, he's doing that. Again, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. And he hasn't proven to me since day one that he is going to grow as a leader and to be anything except a very selfish, self-centered, greedy individual. Okay? And that shows through with everything he does. And there's a reason that we don't trust him, and it's because he hasn't shown. Your actions speak louder than words. And he's always talking a good talk, but the man hasn't shown anything with his actions. So that's the reason that I don't trust him. But I wanted to get into some subjects in regards to starting to get you guys to think far ahead. Okay? One, we've got to get out of the situation we're in regards to getting a vaccine and protecting us and getting used to the new normal in that regards. But what we can't let happen is what I'm afraid of. This man is going to claim an emergency. We're not going to be able to vote, and that's getting scary. And we won't be able to vote his ass out of office, and that bugs the heck out of me, because you take away that value that we have as Americans to be able to change that leadership every 4 years if we want to. That's what makes us America and makes us different than the rest of the world. We've created this standard, and a lot of the other world's countries that are voting and trying to be appear to be democratic, and some of them are and some of them aren't, they have the same value in that regard, and their systems might work a little bit differently, but they still, a lot of the values that we've created over the world have been because of us. And with this man, we've thrown ourselves into the trash bin in the way that the rest of the world views us, how they think of us, and what they do in looking at us. And I don't like that. I don't like it a bit. It's something that I feel that we need to get new leadership in there that represents who we are as Americans. Our morals, our ethics, and our values need to be taken back to what the values really should be. So that's my personal opinion. But back to what I want to try to get at. I need you guys to think far ahead and think about it. If he ends up creating an emergency and says that he's going to stay in office, this stuff has happened in our history before, not in America, but in other parts of the world. And if you don't think it could happen to us, look at what we got going on right now. Okay? So it could happen to us. All right? And I don't think we need to have that happen. We need to really be diligent and not let this man manipulate himself into staying into office, and to adhere to our way of doing things with our leadership and vacating the office. I'm afraid that he's going to try to not vacate that office. So that's the scary part, that we could end up having something like this create a situation where America would slide so bad that we would lose everything that we've got, that we've built up. So that, and hopefully that we get over this little hump with this coronavirus, where we can bounce back and become what we were before, our free enterprise system and everything that we've had, and get our economy back on its feet. So but keep it in mind, don't trust the man any farther than you can throw him. I really, really appreciate what they did when they went and voted that money into office. They put in clauses and everything that don't allow him to get near that money. I do not think that I would just take it for granted. I would make sure that we have oversight and that we keep an eye on him getting any manipulative way to get his hand in the cookie jar, because I guarantee you if he can, he will. Okay, I've heard that Kushner, his son-in-law, bought a mask company a month or so before this all went down. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's a rumor that I heard. I'd like to find out to see if it's true. But from what I understand, those masks went from 85 cents each into a bidding war, and that's what he's creating by not doing it by federal law and making them produce these products and adhering them to a certain dollar amount. He's allowing these greedy mother blanks to go ahead and peg everything up with competition to a point where now it's not affordable at all. What 85 cents is what those masks used to cost. I've heard they've gone up to $7 and $8 each, $5 and $6 each. That being the case, if that's true, that's ridiculous. Okay, that's why we need the federal government to be involved, because now they're going to dictate exactly what they're willing to pay for that item and hold those folks to it. Okay, we're not in a true free enterprise system anymore when you've got something like this. Gouging and doing that is not right, and we all know it. We have rules within our way of doing things to stop gouging, to stop that stuff from happening. But when our federal government allows it to happen by keeping it to the open market like that, and then professing that that's a value thing that he wants to see happen, he's playing games. He's playing games because he wants his greedy blankety blanks to be able to make maximum dollar on their items and take advantage of the American public. That's the way I see it. Okay, you got to be able to look farther, see the forest for the trees, and look through and see this stuff, because if you don't open your mind for it, they will definitely bend you over, believe me. So I'll let you go. We're going to be a bunch of these little videos talking about what I see as I'm going down the road, the traffic flow, what's going on at LAX, all that kind of thing. We'll do our video diary we did before, the CoronaVirus video diary, as I like to call it. It's kind of my stamp in history to be able to look back and know that I was there, and to be able to have some of my opinions go out. And right, wrong, or different, you can agree with me, you can not agree with me. I've got other friends that are Trumpers that don't agree with me, and I still care for them. They're still my friends, and I still kind of look at their perspective and try to see why do they see the way they see, and how is it that they're pointing out that they may see my viewpoints to be skewed, because that's kind of what I get when I talk to one of these people. Is I don't agree with them at all. I think they're most of the time they're ignorant and they don't have a clue, and their values are all messed up if they can't see it by now, with everything that's gone on with this gentleman that's in office now, with all the things he's done to our country since he's taken the reins, and then always justifying it and having some kind of excuse to why they don't believe in what's going on. You know, the Dems are always just out to get us. Yeah, they're trying to take Trump down. This is their last ditch effort. You know, like the coronavirus was caused by us, and it's our way of doing this to try to get him out of office. A lot of times I look at them and I think they're crazier than a Looney Tune, but hey, what can I say? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.